In the comics, she goes from very austere, much older woman with like gray hair up in a bun to like very sexy, tight bodysuit with like a shock of white.
The name's Agatha Harkness. Lovely to finally meet you, dear.
It was very quick and very random. I just happened to walk in at the exact same time that they were looking for this part. And they saw something in moi that just spelled witch.
I am a witch.
So I just happened to be right place, right time, which is kind of emblematic of how this chaotic career has gone. I just find myself in situations. When they asked me to do this part, they had me go into like essentially look like a war room with like all of the story boarded around the room. And I couldn't even take it all in. I was like, but then it just kind of landed on this witch and all these like witch images. And I was like, that's who you want for? I had no idea. I'll never forget that day either. That was real fun. That's all I could really remember. They told me so many things about WandaVision, but I all went away when I saw that witch.
Here you are.
I didn't know who she was before getting this part. I think that she's buried so deep within so many comics, you have to really be an aficionado to know who she is. Mary Lavanos, our producer, put together like a huge binder with everything, all the comics that she's been involved in. So I was able to see her like evolution through all of them, and she really transforms and amazingly appears in a lot of different worlds in Marvel. In the comics, she goes from very austere, much older woman with like gray hair up in a bun to like very sexy, tight bodysuit with like a shock of white. So it was fun to find the middle of it. Like we really loved the kind of historical references in her costume, that there felt like something like old about it, but also new. We loved the feeling of, that not a lot of skin showing, like that kind of like old fashioned about her. Also really loved having big wild hair because, I mean, I think you got to, it's a witch. We had an amazing movement coach named Jennifer White, who Lizzie introduced me to during WandaVision because we wanted to have our own particular language, our language of magic. That was really helpful to also define who this witch is.
It's been Agatha all along.
I think it was the summer after WandaVision aired, and I was as shocked as when I got the wish in the first place. I couldn't believe it, that this like teeny part in the Marvel world that no one's heard of all of a sudden we were gonna be able to like dig deep inside, and also to go full throttle into witches in the MCU. So that was really exciting.
You're the only witch that's ever survived the Witch's Road.
Who are you?
I'm...
Interesting.
My life feels completely different after having this witch under my belt. I've learned so much from her. It's definitely like a powerful feeling to be playing a witch. We would talk about walking on the soundstage and feeling like our heads could almost touch the top because we just felt so big. That kind of power was really fun to investigate. So I think that's changed me in a lot of ways, for sure.